Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am finally sitting down to film my latest pregnancy update, which is my 35-week bump date. I am officially 35 weeks today, and it has been a few weeks since I've had a chance to sit down. I felt like getting ready and making myself presentable, and I've also been just super busy. I feel like it has been go, go, go mode for the last month or two, trying to get everything ready for Tristan's arrival, baby showers. There's been birthday parties, Mother's Day, Father's Day, vacations, all kinds of stuff where I have been super busy. So I'm glad to finally sit down today. As you can probably tell, I am actually in the nursery. It is not completely finished. This is actually like the only corner that is finished, really truly finished. I still have stuff to hang on the walls and a few shelves and things like that to get, so I'm hoping to finish that up today after I film this. But I will be doing a nursery tour soon, so be sure to subscribe so that way you don't miss that, because I am pretty proud of kind of what we've done with it so far. And if you hear a dog or any clicking in the background, that is my little dog lady. She is running around and probably will not sit still during this entire video, so sorry about that. But let's go ahead and get started and get into the symptoms I've been having and the way I've been feeling for the last few weeks. Per the What to Expect app that I always use, Tristan is the size of canary melon, 19 to 22 inches or 5.5 pounds. Now, we did have our last ultrasound last week. We were 33 weeks, and that was just to kind of measure everything, see his position, see what, how much fluid I had, if there's anything going on that would prevent me from having a vaginal birth. But everything was perfect. He said he estimated a weight at 5 pounds 4 ounces, and of course those are complete estimates. It could go 12 ounces above, 12 ounces below. That's not exact, so I don't stress too much about that. But he did kind of joke and say that when he measured his femur length that he was going to be a short guy. And if you know Aaron and I, you know that we are short people. Aaron's about 5'7", I'm only 4'11", so there's not going to be any hope for Tristan to be a big guy. He's going to be like a little wrestler or something probably. But he is going to be short. That's totally normal, but his weight was normal, and he said he was in the he was exactly in the 50-something percentile, so he was right in the middle and right average for what he should be. And my fluid level was great. He's head down. He's been head down, I believe, pretty much the entire time. If you watched my last update, based on where his kicks are and what I've been feeling, I think he's been head down the entire time. So hopefully he will stay that way, and that will be optimal for a birth, because I am trying to avoid a C-section at all costs. And we are not going to do any sort of induction. The only time that my doctor talked about an induction is at 42 weeks, so I'm completely fine with that. If I go over, I go over. Some babies do. I want everything to happen completely naturally on its own, so I'm avoiding that at all costs, and as of right now we are on the right track. So this coming week I will have a 36-week appointment, and I will be doing the strep B test, which if you are pregnant or have children, you know what that is, and I'm not looking forward to it, but whatever, it's just part of it. And after that, I really don't think there's much more, testing and specific things that they're going to be doing. I am now going every other week, and I'm going this coming week for my next appointment. And I'm 35 weeks now, so I'm actually going to be going 35 weeks, 37 weeks. I don't know if they'll switch that around to get on even numbers or if that matters, but I'm down to every other week appointments, and I don't know when we do every week appointment. I think that's not till about 39 or 40 weeks. But that's fine because we have plenty of time. It is July 1st today as I'm filming this, so it's kind of weird to me that my due date is August 5th, so essentially I could go into labor and have him this month, because if he's right on time, a little bit early, a week or two above my due date, then that will be this month, and that's crazy, but I'm not expecting that. I am fully ready to go 42 weeks, so that way I'm not disappointed. If that's what it is, then that's what it is. I'm okay with that. So talking a little bit about some symptoms I've been having. It's been 6 weeks, I believe, since my last update, and not much has changed except my stomach size, and you'll see that at the end there. But for the most part, pregnancy has still been pretty smooth. I am having a lot more swelling and discomfort, and I believe that's just totally normal end of pregnancy stuff. I have had a lot more swelling in my feet. They're not huge, they don't get extremely bad, but at the end of the day, where I sit at my desk all day and have my feet kind of dangling, I can tell a difference. And a couple of weeks ago, Aaron and I went on our baby moon, which was just a quick little weekend trip, and we did a lot of walking, and I could definitely tell that both my feet and hands were swollen, I guess from, you know, walking and my arms dangling a lot. And when I sleep now, it is difficult. I am starting to feel kind of short of breath because I guess of the weight. I sometimes find myself waking up lying on my back because I feel like that's the most comfortable, and I must just do it subconsciously. So then I get kind of short of breath, so I try to constantly put myself back on my side, but there's nothing I can really do about that if I do that in my sleep. But I know that Aaron is probably struggling with me, you know, moaning and groaning, just flipping around in bed. I'm getting up 4 and 5 times a night to go to the restroom. So sleep is something that is not happening a lot right now, and I can definitely tell it makes for a grumpy day the next day. And I'm a little bit more emotional and a little bit more grumpy and hateful and cry a lot. Typically I'm here by myself when I work all day, so that can be a good thing that I can just cry and nobody's around, but I guess it's also a bad thing because I'm sitting here by myself and I start thinking about things and I just cry over stupid stuff. So I'm assuming that's a big symptom. So I'm definitely more emotional. I'm definitely not sleeping very well, and the heartburn has gotten pretty bad. I've tried to do better about what I eat and tried to avoid things that I know are greasy or are going to hurt my stomach. But definitely a few weeks ago, heartburn was really bad, where I was constantly burping. I was constantly having to, you know, take Tums. I pretty much had Tums by my bedside, and I still do, but I may take like 2 every few days. It's not like 6 or more a day, and my doctor said that Zantac was fine. So if I know I'm going to possibly eat late in the evening or eat something that may bother my stomach, I try to take the Zantac beforehand, or if I've ate something before I go to bed, I try and make sure I take a Zantac. I'm trying to just keep it to when I absolutely have to, because if it was up to me, I would take no medication, not even a Tylenol. I've taken that just a few times when I'm absolutely desperate with a headache, because I do not like the idea of putting medicine that's unnecessary in my body, and I've kind of always felt like that. So, you know, especially now having a baby inside of me, I do not want to take anything more than I absolutely have to. So Zantac is something that I have taken when the heartburn is really bad. I am getting a couple of more stretch marks, and I feel like I am going to be seeing some more right in the front of my stomach near my belly button, because I can kind of tell it's starting to get discolored. But as of now, knock on wood, they are not full stretch marks, but I am getting a couple more on the side of my stomach. So it is what it is. I'm still using lotion and stretch mark cream, but I feel like it's one of those things that if it's gonna happen, it's just gonna happen. If you are subscribed or you know us, you know that we had our baby shower about a month ago. So I will be sure to add a link, card, or the link below to that video. It's just a cute little montage of our decorations and kind of what we got that day. So that has been amazing, because I had basically nothing up until that point. I waited, I felt like, pretty late to get the crib and changing table and glider and things like that for the nursery, and then I was waiting to buy any sort of necessities until after the baby shower so I could see what I received as gifts. and we did have to buy a few things. There are still a couple of things that I feel like I need, but they're not necessary for, you know, the first few weeks. So as of right now, we're ready for him as far as things go. I could probably, like, I'm gonna try to install the car seat and, like I said, finish the nursery today, but for the most part we're good. Clothes are washed. I have everything, sleepers, onesies, things like that, washed that are, you know, smaller sizes. Things that are seasonal, like, you know, cute little surfer outfits or Christmas things, I didn't wash them because I'm nervous of what size he may be. Even though he'll be about 3 months at Christmas, he might not be in 3-month clothing. I don't know, you know, babies are different sizes, so hopefully it will all work out and everything we have does fit him at the right season, but I'm not washing that yet. I'm leaving tags on and doing that. I also had my maternity photos, and I cannot remember, I don't think I've done an update since then. No, so I will show a couple maternity photos right now on the screen, just kind of go through some of them. We're really happy with how they turned out. They were simple, they were just what I pictured in my mind, so I'm pretty ecstatic about that. But one thing that I've noticed is that that was the last time I was able to wear my wedding ring, and honestly it was questionable that day. I was a little bit, not really swollen. I feel like I've just gained weight. It just is what it is, and I kind of had to make sure I had lotion ready when I took those rings off that day, and that was the last time I wore them. I have been wearing these silicone rings. I was wearing them beforehand anyway, just because they're more comfortable and I can shower, and, you know, I don't even realize I have them on, but that is a necessity at this point. I cannot wear my regular wedding ring, and it's just not going to happen until long after he's born, and at this point these are actually a little on the small side. So another thing that's on my to-do list I will hopefully get finished this week is my official birth plan. I will have a birth plan. I do have specific things that I desire, although my ultimate goal is a healthy baby and a healthy mommy, so we'll do what we have to do in the heat of the moment. But I have specifics that I want, or don't want, I guess. I really am trying to keep everything as intervention free as possible, as natural as possible, and I'm going to try to do my birth plan this week. Just a quick little summary. My doctor said just keep it one page, keep it bullet points, don't go writing paragraphs, but he and the hospital are amazing about you know, the desires of the patient and kind of being a little bit more naturally oriented, so I'm really happy with that, and that is why we chose them. But speaking of the hospital, I'm hoping this week with my next appointment I will do a quick little hospital tour, and they don't really do, you know, like scheduled tours. She said just call, stop by, and we'll see if we can fit you in if we're not busy that day. I know there's not much that we really need to know. I just want to make sure I know, you know, what floor, what desk to go to, what we need to bring. We don't have to pre-register because we're not doing a C-section scheduled. We are not doing any birthing classes because everything I've read and heard and talked to people is that they're very basic birthing classes, and I feel pretty confident understanding how everything works and the medications and the interventions and things like that. So I'm good there. We're good on all that. The only thing that may benefit would be breastfeeding information, but I'm under the impression there is a lactation consultant there, and I'll just kind of figure that out as I go, and I've been doing research in the meantime. So we're not doing any birthing classes. We're going to do a quick little tour. We're coming down to every other week appointments. At this point, it's kind of just a waiting game. At 35 weeks, I still feel like that's way too early, and we want to at least hit that 39-week mark, which is full term, and that is, you know, 4 weeks from now. So hopefully around 4 weeks from now we will be having a baby. If not, we'll just wait. It could be 42. So we'll be on the lookout, but we are ready. I don't feel like I've had Braxton Hicks contractions. If I have, I don't know what they feel like. my stomach does tighten, but I can't tell you if that is related to that, related to gas, related to whatever. I've really not had like a discomforting tightness that kind of comes and goes or anything like that, so that's why I don't think I've necessarily had Braxton Hicks. I have had a good amount of cervical pain though. This past week I tried to go for a walk with my mom because I really want to, you know, continue walking and at least getting that amount of exercise in, but I think I'm just too pregnant at this point because I was already having a little bit of pain, and that day and when we went walking I just felt like I couldn't move. It felt like it was worse when I took a step, it was worse when I tried to sit down or stand up, and it was not, you know, pelvic bone muscle cramping, it was cervical pain, and the only thing I can say is that it was lightning crotch. And if you know what that is, then you understand how it feels, or you can Google it and find out kind of how it feels, but it just feels like a sharp stabbing pain that just comes on suddenly, and it feels like it's directly in the cervix, and it usually just kind of has to do with the movements or position you're in. And it went away that day, and you know, I've had it occasionally since then, but it's not been anything that, you know, is contraction like or consistent, so I've not been too worried about it. I've just kind of tried to watch how I move and what I do. I'm still going to the chiropractor every couple of weeks, and that has been amazing. I still think that that has been one of the best decisions I've made. I still believe that I have SPD, but it has kind of eased off a lot, which is weird because there's more pressure and a bigger baby, but it doesn't hurt as bad as it did. So I don't know, I definitely am not having any sciatic pain. I believe that the chiropractor is to thank for that, so I'm going to continue doing that until I deliver. But yeah, I think that's basically everything for the most part. I'm still doing really well. The biggest thing right now is just sleep. I would like to be more comfortable sleeping, but I will take it any day. I do still feel him kick constantly, and I feel his little feet or knee or elbow or whatever it is, and see his movements consistently now, so that is an amazing feeling, and I take it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you will subscribe and comment on this video because I want you guys to follow our journey. We are so close to having our first little baby here, and I want you guys to continue watching our videos and see everything that happens with the birth and everything that happens after, and you know, just enjoy life with a baby and a newborn, which is going to be happening within a month or two. So that's crazy, but thank you again for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.